Hello and welcome to This Time Africa, right here in the studios of Afrique Today. As usual, I'm your host, Sia Matilda Banga. This Time Africa is a place that showcases African businesses, African men and women, our gifts, our talents, emerging leaders, politicians, our beauty, our culture, all in the dish. But as usual, the question always is, what's on this time? Today our clock faces Kenya, the beautiful Kenya, and I have the pleasure of speaking with a singer, songwriter, a comedian, a beautiful woman, a beautiful African woman, very well acclaimed poet, Anna Mwalagho. Anna, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mama Matilda, for giving me this opportunity to come to your show.
It's been so, I have been longing to just sit with you and just hear your thoughts and see how you became this great poet. So what really sparked you to become not just a poet, an artist, a performer? What sparked it and when? Would you say like in your early age? What? Give us a journey.
I think I would say first, thank you for having me in the show today. And I know that I am proud to be an African woman. And so I hope all the African people watching and friends of Africa, I am delighted to be speaking with you today. So for me, what sparked my passion was not that something did spark it, but just to be born. And because I believe when I was born, that's what sparked it. Because I was born to be a performer. I was born to be an artist. And I think they always say that when we are born, before we are born, we choose which families we want to go to. So
You chose the artist family.
Yeah, I chose an artist family. I chose an artist ethnic group because my ethnic group, they are known to be artists.
Oh, okay.
And so at a very young age, I started performing when I was like actually 6, but in school when I was 8. And so I've been going on since then.
Wow,
Yeah.
since 8 years old.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you spoke about, you touched on like being born, because people always say, are you born a writer? Are you born a singer? Are you born like doing what we're doing? Or is it something that you learn along the way? What would you say to them?
I think it's okay. You can learn, okay, there are some things you can learn. You can learn to drive. You can learn to ride a bike. But I think when it comes to a talent, a gift, most people are born with their gifts. However, some of them take long to discover their gifts. So by then, when they come to discover, they think, okay, I had to learn it, you know. But it's the fact that it was a passion that was inside, but you just did not get into your soul or dig deeper to know exactly what it is. So once people find who they are, then they go ahead and do whatever it is that is their passion.
And I think that people should actually find who they are, because it comes from the inside.
It comes from the inside, yes.
Yes, it makes you natural.
Yes, it makes.
What makes you so different? Because I mean, I listen to a lot of people. But Anna, I will never forget. I think I first met you in 2007.
Oh wow!
At the African Affairs, it was then May or something. They have this.
Oh
meeting.
Yes,
And I've not forgotten you, because you were so distinct. What would you say sets you apart? Not set you apart, but makes you different.
What makes me different is the fact that I chose the path as an African woman living in America. I chose the path of educating Americans about being an African and also celebrating my African heritage and being proud of who I am. Because a lot of people, when you come here, then you want to, you know, get into the American culture and forget who you are. But I thought that my niche, or what represented me the most was, and shining bright the most, was me being proud of who I am as an African, educating and enlightening people about the beauty of Africa, and also trying to remind my fellow Africans not to forget who they are, because that's what makes you shine.
Never forget who you are.
Yes.
So you know what? You have this acclaimed, like, I mean, this is like everybody wants to hear. I never knew that I was black.
Yes.
And you have this voice that just, you know, just rings, you know, in the building when you say that. Can you please do us a favor and just Let us hear that.
So this is first.
Oh, the story behind it.
It's actually it's a one-woman play that is doing very well. We started it last year, and it's a one-woman show that I am performing called "I Never Thought I Was Black Till I Came to America."
Oh.
And it has been right now we've done like 3 shows in Silver Spring, which were all sold out. Then I went to Minnesota, I went to Atlanta, and I'm going to be performing at the University of Maryland on Wednesday.
Oh.
So this show is partly my story, but other people's stories, especially immigrants.
Okay.
And it could be immigrants from Africa or whatever part of the world. The culture shocks that we go through, the different in our cultures that we experience, the discrimination, racial discrimination, the comedy of it all. So because the show it's more comedy, but it's also seriousness, because I talk about the most important things that sometimes make us as Africans or as immigrants either shine or disappear away from the spotlight because of how we don't know either how to navigate the system.
Yes.
And the way to navigate the system to me is accept who you are and embrace who you are, and do not let anyone tell you that you are not perfect because you are not them, because all of us are different people.
That's right.
So it is a one-woman play with comedy, poetry, storytelling, music, and dance.
Can you give us a little bit of it? Just a little bit.
So I don't know what part I should give. I'm thinking. It's a lot. Okay. So, oh, wow. Okay, so I will start the play, how it starts. And,
just a little bit.
Okay. I never thought I was black till I came to the United States of America. That's when I realized, hey, I'm black. See, back in my country, it's not about the color of your skin. It's about your ethnic identity. So my friends are telling me, Anna, be careful because you are driving while black. I'm like, driving while black? Or I'll be at the dollar store. I mean, I'm just mesmerized by all these things I'm seeing. I'm just moving from aisle to aisle. All of a sudden, I feel someone following me like I'm a thief. And I'm the only person of color in that store. And she has not been following anyone else. That's when it hit me. Oh, I'm black. Oh, I'll be at the metro, right in the train. I receive a phone call from my mother all the way from Kenya. I pick up and say, hello, mommy? Sikuski, I can't hear you. Apa mambo ni tatari. And everyone is looking at me as if I am a terrorist.
Because you're in the metro.
That is why I realized, oh, I'm black. See, back in my country, it's not about 98% of us are what? Africans. Now, there's that 2% that we call wazungu, in other words, white people. Now, those ones, nobody tells them that they are driving while white. Nobody follows them around. They get to shop freely. Nobody calls them white immigrants. And some of them even get first-class treatment.
In Kenya?
Yes.
In Kenya?
And some of
in
them,
Africa?
Exactly.
Yes.
And some of them live in those big ranches which their ancestors looted from my ancestors. They just came and took. And here I am, just trying to buy a loaf of bread in America. And I'm being followed. Hey! So I started thinking, what if a group of us Africans took over an entire white neighborhood, say somewhere in West Virginia? Then after we take over it, we tell the homeowners that they have to pay house tax. That's like they forced my ancestors
to pay
heart tax in their own land. And then we forced them to speak Yoruba and Swahili. And then we put the statues of our orishas in each of their homes and change all the Starbucks into shrines and tell them Oludumare is the creator of the universe. And now we shall baptize you Riswa. 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 From now on, your name is no longer Daphne O'Brien. Your name is Adetonkubo Okonkwo. Maybe I didn't know I was black because my name was stolen from me long time ago. So I came to America to find my identity.
Oh my God.
So that is just a little bit of it.
I could let you go on and on. You are such an amazing, gifted. I mean, like you say, you were born to do this.
Yes, I believe so. I know so.
You were born to do this.
Thank
you know,
you.
I read something that say that stars don't struggle to shine. I think you fall in that category of stars that don't struggle to shine.
Well, there's another.
Have you been struggling?
There's a different struggle. There are many struggles. Really to perform is not a struggle.
Yes.
It's because it comes easy. When you are gifted, it comes easy.
Yes.
But there's that struggle of now making ends meet with your talent.
That's right.
Sometimes money don't come easy to pay the bills, you know?
Yes.
But I've been fortunate because when I came to America, things were a little bit difficult. But now with the support of my husband, my son, the support of the community.
The African community.
Yes, the African community. I've now lived, this is my full-time job. It's my career.
Oh, that's
and
good.
I get to perform not only for only Africans, but Americans. And they enjoy the show because it's all about unifying the Africans and the African Americans. It's all about educating people about the pursuit of immigrants. And that without immigrants here in America, America would not function.
That's right.
So it's all about all that. But yes, I'm blessed to be doing this, and really I feel like some people call me a cultural ambassador, so that I can spread the word about culture and embrace culture, but at the same time motivate and inspire other people.
I think you're doing just right.
Yeah,
I think you're doing a very good job.
Thank you.
I was going to ask though, so which one is your major skill? Is it the singing or is it try? Are you doing all in one, or is it just?
I do all in one.
Okay.
But I always thought that the one that I feel like comes so easy, really all of them. But the one that I started with was mostly theater.
Okay.
When I was in high school, I did a lot of theater, and so the dramatic aspect of acting, poetry, that comes easy. Music, I love to sing. I enjoy singing, but sometimes because you have to have a band, you have to have this, is a lot involved.
But you do sing a cappella, right?
Yeah, I sing a cappella, and I also have a band. My band is called Afrofloetry. So for me, I would say my first love was acting, but then I discovered that I had these other loves along the way, which means music, which means poetry and dance. But I always look at every part of it, of what I do, as a package.
That's right.
Yeah, it comes together.
It comes together as a package.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. And how are you breaking through the barriers, like getting not just Africans but other people? What are you doing?
Especially with my one-woman show, like I said, I will be at the University of Maryland, which is mostly an American university.
And it's going to be this Wednesday, March
27th at 7 p.m. It's a free show. It's being sponsored by the University of Maryland African American Studies program.
Oh, great.
So at the Nyumburu Center, 7 p.m. So I think I am breaking through because not only do I talk about immigrants, but I talk about the differences between the Africans and African Americans. I also talk about the importance of, investing through my comedy. I talk about that. So I talk about really socioeconomic issues that face anyone.
That's right.
And so because of that, especially when I'm doing my one-woman show, people they understand it. They can relate. They're like, I remember this. That I talk about food. I talk about all these kind of things that anyone can relate to.
All in the dish.
Yes, and then not only that, it is funny. People want to laugh. These days, people want to laugh. So because people want to laugh, they're like, okay, yes, definitely, let's have Anna. But also when it comes to music, I think music is universal. Yes. Whether I speak in Swahili or English, people love my CDs, my DVDs and everything. So I think that is important.
It's very important because guess what? Anna Mwalagho is here. She's not just a poet, but she's a singer, songwriter, a comedian. When we come back, We're going to have some comedy because don't you want to laugh? I certainly want to laugh. This is This Time Africa. We'll be right back. We are back again with Anna Mwalagho. This is This Time Africa. I hope you are enjoying just what I am having fun here today. I'm having fun because Anna said, before we left for the break, she said, I never knew that I was black until I got here. And that's so, I mean, it's so funny. But you know what, Hannah, now that you have, you are full-time.
Yes.
So how do you manage your time? I know that there was a time when you used to work and then do what you love doing. But now you're full-time.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm full-time, I tell you, it gets even busier because apart from me being a full-time performing artist whereby I am singing and writing music, the main thing that I'm doing right now is my one-woman show. As I said, the show is all about our experiences and our journeys as African people or as immigrants into the diaspora or to America. And so it's comedy, it's poetry, storytelling, music and dance. I have to make sure that I can get to all corners of the world so that people can get to listen, see the show, get inspired and motivated. So right now I'm working with my booking agent to go to as many places to perform the show. I'll be trying to go to right now Texas, another place New York, and different places. Anyone who's interested to see this show can definitely contact us because we can even go to Mars to do the show.
We can go to Mars. But guess what? I'm not going to Mars with you if I don't hear a very good comedy to make me laugh. Give me one. Give me an obvious one.
So I am a little bit under the weather, but so this is part of the one woman show where I say, but my coming to America was not a sad occasion. Matter of fact, it was a celebration. My whole clan was at the airport. The day of the departure, hey, some of them had their cars were decked up with balloons, others twigs, others were dancing, others were head drumming, others were singing. Usirudi, Usirudi, don't leave, don't come back. Bring us dollars. When I landed in America, I felt like Queen of Wakanda coming to America.
That's right.
All decked up in my gele and my kitenge, only to realize that there was no one to pick me at the airport.
Was it winter?
It was just going to be me and my suitcase. Everyone was minding their own business. I slowly exited, and then I saw the roads. Do you know the way we cross our roads in Africa? You look left, you look right. When I was just about to do that, Matilda, this lady told me, no ma'am, you got to press the button. I said, what? You got to press the button. I said, what? You got to press. I said, oh, the button. So press here. You may now use the walkway. I say, America. Hey, the land of miracles. Even the road is talking to me. I got so excited when I'm telling you, when my friends took me to Popeyes. I was in heaven. You know, back days in my African countries, before the GMO chicken came and raided all our local organic chickens, our chickens were treated with very high esteem back in Africa. Am I right?
That's right.
That's why we only had them for what? Easter
and Christmas.
Easter and what?
New Year's Day and Christmas.
So you can imagine my joy when I'm seeing chicken just going around like this. Whereas we guess where I was? Popeyes. With that drumstick and tie.
Oh yeah.
Until they started calling me the number 2 lady. And that chicken was so good. I guess it had an added value. Guess what the added value?
What was the added value?
Tell me, Matilda.
Added value?
The added value of the Popeye chicken now. What is it?
Is the fries or
no.
what?
I know this.
I don't know what it is.
You gave me last one. The skin.
Oh, the skin, yeah. The crunchy skin.
Yes, I ate that skin until I inherited the added value. That's when I realized, you know what? I have to stop. Because I was eating this chicken every day.
And it added value.
It added value everywhere. Hey! So I realized, you know what? I have to change. But I said, let me try this American food. You know the way you try American foods? Because I was feeling homesick. I was lonely. And they say in America, for sickness and anything else, food is what?
Food is health.
Food is what?
Food is health.
Food is medicine.
Oh, food is medicine.
Aha! So I said, let me try this American dishes. How many people like potato salad? Do you like potato salad?
Not really.
Exactly. Do you know why?
Why?
Let me tell you why Africans don't like potato salad. When they gave me that potato salad, guess where I put it?
Where?
In the microwave. Oh no, God, no. Potato salad, we eat cold. I say in Africa, everything we eat is what?
It's hot.
Hot. Everything we eat is hot. Hot. From the fire to the
belly.
That's it, Matilda. I will come and see the show. You will see more.
Of course, come to the show on Wednesday.
Yes.
And if you're looking for somebody to just make you relax and be happy and just have fun, Anna Mwalagho is the person. What's your website again?
My website is www.annamwalagho. I'll spell it ANNAM for Mary, WALAG as in girl, HO.com. You can also find me on YouTube. You'll see a lot of my YouTube videos of comedy, poetry. Just go to youtube.com/C/Mama Africa Anna. And there you'll see my YouTube, my comedy, my poetry, my music. And please don't forget to subscribe.
Of course.
Yeah.
That reminds me, you say Mama Africa. You remember this song? Mama Africa.
Oh. You have such a
Mama Africa.
You have such a beautiful voice. What? No, I don't know that one. You have to teach me.
Yes, I will teach you.
Yes, yes.
All right. So I see some CDs here. What do we have here?
So this is a
Haki.
Yes.
Haki means justice.
Haki means justice.
That's in Swahili.
This is Swahili. Yes.
Okay.
This is my second CD. I have one. If you check inside, I just didn't bring the cover, but this is my first CD.
Oh, okay. I have this one.
You have this one?
Yeah.
This is
I have been supporting you for a long time.
If you met me 2007, this is what I had. Yes. This was my first CD. Yes. This was all poetry, and it was some very deep poetry that some people are thinking, Anna, you might get into trouble talking about Africa being the richest continent in the world, but it is true.
Isn't that the buzz right now, that Africa everywhere you
yes,
go?
Yes.
Why do you think that is so?
Because it has been the buzz for a long time ago. It's just that when it was the buzz, they were stealing from us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They were taking gold, diamond, they're still doing that, colonization, all this stuff, and then still out there, as the poem says, saying that we are a dark continent. Dark meaning, dark as in I say in the dictionary, dark means that somebody's ignorant, dark, no light, no, all that, because they didn't want people to know the truth. And when people don't want to tell you the truth, they're gonna give you a negative aspect of something. Yeah. But now people are aware
I think that's what it is.
Yes, that there's nothing dark in it. It's all light and richness, because everything you touch, from gold to diamond to coffee,
it's all in Africa.
Is all in Africa. And
so how can we get your CDs though?
So you can get my CDs on my website, Mwalagho.com. This is my first one of my poetry. This is my second one with my band. This has both poetry and music, African music, and this I just released it last year, 2016. This one made it to the first round of the Grammys for 2017.
Wow!
It's a children's CD of songs, and then I also have a comedy DVD. I just didn't bring it; it's in the car, of my poetry and comedy and interviews, and you can get all that stuff on my website, Mwalagho.com, or you can also try to purchase it on iTunes, but I rather you bring the money to me.
Bring the money. Bring the money.
Yes.
Now.
Don't be iTunes already rich. Apple get big money.
You don't want them to take any percentage from it,
right? No now. You got to support the African artists. We have to support each other.
Yes.
Yes.
Anna, who would you say inspires you, like right now? I know that we spoke about Maya Angelou some time ago.
Yes.
But who would you say inspires you?
Actually, Maya Angelou is one of the people who inspires me. Maya Angelou was almost like doing what I'm doing exactly what Maya Angelou used to do. She was not only a poet, but she was also a singer. She was also a dancer.
That's right.
She had many hats. She was also an actress. Maya Angelou is one of them. My mother inspires me because my mother gave birth to me.
That's right.
My mother supported me as a performer. Those are the women that inspire me, but mostly also I want to say Africa inspires me. And I don't want to say, and God of course is the source of all my inspiration.
Yes.
Because I believe that if I have this gift, I was given this gift by God, therefore I should use it. A lot of our women also, like Harriet Tubman. I love Harriet Tubman. She's a strong woman. If you can free, I don't know how many slaves as a woman,
and if you can refuse, to move from the seat and change the what do you call it, the norm, then that means you're something.
Yes, so that was Harriet Tubman helped the free enslaved Africans, and then Rosa Parks helped.
Rosa Parks. That was
Yes, so all these women who have. Wangari Maathai, the first woman to win.
Yes, I met her. I met her in Kenya. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. So Nobel Peace Prize. These are women who really inspire me because they fought through their struggles and emerged successful.
I was going to ask you though.
Yes.
Is this a woman's world or a man's world?
Oh, Lord. We were just
One
talking.
sentence.
This is
it a woman's world or a man's world?
Forget James Brown talking about this is a man's world. It is a woman's world.
It's a woman's world.
Because we do so much more than
I wish you're coming back.
Yes.
This is where we bring the curtain down. I think it's a woman's world.
Yes.
That's what Hannah said. I did not say that. So this is where we bring the curtain down. We've been speaking with Anna Mwalagho and laughing and just having fun. This is what this show is all about.
Yes.
This is This Time Africa, right here in the studios of Afrique Today. Please check us out on Facebook, or download the app, or look us out on www.afriquetoday.com. And please open up your YouTube and you will see This Time Africa right here on Afrique Today. I've been your host, Sia Matilda Banga. I'll see you next time.
Okay.